everyone. Come on in. Mm-mm. Hey everyone, what's up? Come on in, come on in. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed, so we can get ready for this good old review. And for those of y'all who have not been keeping up with the Shy, if you are fans of the Shy, please get caught up with that because that is one of my favorite shows that I love to review. It is now on season 4. And it is on episode 9. And this episode was titled Southside with You. So, on that note, make sure if you have any thoughts or comments or opinions about the episode, please feel free to put it in the chat. And let me get a little sip before I get started. Mm-mm-mm. And if y'all have a problem hearing me, please let me know. Please let me know. Matter of fact, let me plug up my mic. Okay. Okay. All right, all right. I sound pretty good on my end, but again, if y'all have some problems hearing me, let me know. Let me know. But anyway, again, we are on season 4, episode 9 of The Shy, and again, it was titled Southside with You. Now, at the beginning of this episode, Papa, Kevin, they had me cracking up. They were sitting around, singing, dancing, to that old Jagged Edge song, Walk Right Out of Heaven. Those two boys, they are both like so broken hearted. Gemma is no longer with Kevin. And of course, Papa, he no longer has his woman either, Maisha. So both of them is a little down, down, a little sad. So they just up there singing around. But that was funny because I usually see that type of thing with women or girls. They singing sad love songs and stuff. So that was kind of funny. But Emmett, Emmett, he paid a visit to one of his baby mamas, and I can't remember how many baby mamas he has, but I do recall him having a lot. Like, I don't know, is it 4, 5, 6? I can't remember, but y'all fill me in if y'all can remember. But he got a lot of kids. But anyway, he paid a visit to one of his baby mamas, Shay. And Shay is actually the mother of his son, Devontae. And he spent a little time with Shay, having a little small talk with her. He actually had came by to see his son. She didn't have a chance to really tell him that his son was there because he literally just hit her up and then came over. But anywho, it seemed like his son is doing okay. She gave him a little updates on what's going on with his son. He's in karate now. And Emmett, after he left there, he went to his mom's house to check on his mom because, his mom, Jada, she has cancer and she has been, on chemo and she hasn't really been doing really well. Matter of fact, last episode, we saw how she cut off all her hair. Even though she still had like a head full of hair, she ended up cutting it off because she just assumed, it's going to have to come off anyway. It's going to fall out. So she just cut all her hair off. So he went to check up on her, see how she was doing, and also updated her on how his son Devontae was doing. And as far as Devontae's mother, she has moved on. She's dating right now. She also told Emmett, how good her relationship is going. And how he treats her a lot better than Emmett. But I mean, hell, anybody, the way Emmett used to treat his baby mamas, anybody probably treats any of his exes better than he did because he really set the standard really low and he even agreed to that. But then, Emmett right now, he's in a much better place. That baby mama's in a much better place. Emmett did a lot of growing up. This is season 4. Emmett has done a lot of growing up, a lot of manning up, to take care of his home. He even still takes care of his mother, maybe not always financially, but he still, that's a mama's boy. So he takes care of his home. He has to take care of all his baby mamas. He owns a restaurant right now. He's taking care of all his kids, the whole football, basketball team. So he's doing really good right now. Now, as far as Emma's dad, Darnell, I love me some Darnell. I just think he is so sexy to me. But anywho, he got that OG swagger, like he was that Nick back in the day, dating all the females and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he also came over to visit Jada, and like they do from time to time, they sat around reminiscing about the good old days. Hey, Deanna Boo, how you doing? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Um, he was sitting around, with Jada, and basically, they was kind of reminiscing like they do from time to time about the good old days and also the not so good old days, such as times when, Darnell, he wasn't around for his son Emmett. And Emmett had started basically following in those footsteps. But again, Emmett is a different man right now. But yeah, Jada let it be known to Emma's father, Darnell, that she had gone from not standing his black ass to now appreciating him for being a bigger presence in Emma's life because he really was not around a lot. And she, like a lot of single mothers, basically Darnell raised him by herself. But as far as the two of them goes, let me know what y'all think about the two of them because I don't know. I almost thought that those two was about to start kissing and making love up in that living room on that couch. Like especially when Darnell started rubbing on Jada's feet. Then he started cooking and slaving in the kitchen, making her a nice pork chop dinner and everything. And then by the end of the night, he was even lining her up, giving her a haircut and everything. And while that might not seem a lot to some people, I don't know. I was getting like vibes like of them maybe just possibly hooking up again, even if it was just for old time's sake, because you can tell they definitely still care about each other. I'm not saying in love with each other, but you know how it is, ladies. Sometimes when you have a baby by some man, there's still some type of love there for him. But anyway, none of that happened. None of that happened, but y'all know what I mean. Sometimes the best sex is with the ex. Mm-hmm. At least that's what I heard. But yeah, they were really enjoying each other's company. But without Dom and Tiffany, and I can't recall. I don't even remember like hearing like where was Dom, where was Tiff. I know last episode, Emmett had told Tiffany if you still want to have these open relationship, this open marriage, even though he doesn't want to, he only wants to be with her. He even upgraded her wedding ring, got on his knees and everything, and she still. I just like having options, honey. She gonna regret trying to have all those options, okay? And I hope she don't end up getting knocked up by that other dude either. The one that she been kicking it with on the side. But because she seems to, spend a lot more time with him than she does with her own husband. And as far as I know, if you have an open marriage, you still should be spending a whole bunch of time with your actual husband or wife. But anywho, earlier in the show, when Emmett was at his restaurant, Keisha, she had stopped by with her baby. Emmett had showed her a picture of a house, he was looking to purchase for his mother. And he wanted Keisha to tag along with him, to check out the house. And while checking out the crib, the realtor or the management lady, I'm not sure which she was, but she suddenly, recognized Keisha, of course, probably from the news articles from TV. And although Keisha, she doesn't really like to go down that road. She don't really like to discuss her past with just anyone. The lady, I kind of guess, gave her some type of encouragement. At least that's how it appeared to me. But y'all let me know how y'all thought about that scene. She was telling Keisha that she was an inspiration to survivors. And to that, I believe what she said just might have triggered something inside of Keisha, because I, for one, could almost see Keisha thinking about maybe speaking out more about her past ordeal, her trauma, her experience, and even her PTSD. And it might do her and others some good if she actually spoke at some, maybe some local public engagements, like maybe some of those places where, people survivors of like abuse, they have like these organizations, these meetings, these uh what do they call them? What do they call them? Kind of like AA, how they have those organizations and they have counselors and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, those type of places like that. And also, as far as the Olivia, I am glad to see that Olivia, the lady who was supposed to adopt Keisha's baby, she's not holding any hard feelings, no grudge, towards Keisha. She actually, all the stuff that she bought for the baby, she ended up giving to Keisha. And then she actually, wants to kind of like help her to grow as a mother, because she understands, not only what it means to have a child, but she also understands having goals. And right now, Keisha, all she can see right now is that little newborn baby that she has, and her job down at the Goodwill, or the, what do we call that thing? Not the Goodwill, but just like a Goodwill. I can't remember what you actually call it. But that's all she can see right now. She don't see herself, because remember, she was a track star, and she was on her way. She had a Fulbright scholarship, all that kind of stuff, before she was kidnapped, by that crazy man who knocked her up. But she don't foresee herself going to school, having a future, or anything, outside of baby. So Olivia, she, I think, might end up playing a big part in Keisha and the baby's life. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. She did offer to help her get into college, because again, she believes that even though Keisha is a new young mother, there's nothing that she can't do if she puts her mind to it. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about Olivia. At first, I was thinking that maybe Olivia might be pissed off. She might try to take Keisha to court, because Keisha did get a baby to her for adoption. But seems like she's cool with it for right now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, and everybody, make sure you like and share the video. One more again, like and share the video. And if you are caught up with the shy, feel free to put your comments in the chat. But moving on to Duda and Trig. Woo, child. Duda and Trig. They were sitting around in Duda's office. And Duda, he was just thinking about all the things he'd done in the past, all the bridges he burned, all the people he hurt, all the people he lost, and people tend to do things like that when they damn near can see their life flashing before their eyes. But then he turned around and said he thinks he really is a good person. I beg to differ. But anyway, I guess after he almost lost his life on the roof, he's realizing now how short life is, and he actually wants to be a bigger part of Jake's life. Now, he ain't his father. He ain't his father, but he has looked out for Jake and Trig. But he wants to be more involved in Jake's life, because he looks at him, and always have, I believe, looked at him as kind of like a son. I think he kind of wanted to groom him and mold him into the son that he might want him to be, which is basically probably a street thug. But I don't know, because then again, he was helping him to go to school. He got him into that prestigious school. But still, yet, I think in the very end, he probably would want him to be a part of his organization. You know what I'm saying? But maybe not in the streets. Maybe a part of the books or accounting, or, things like that, making deals and things like that. But anyway, in comes Marcus. Marcus has stormed up into the office. He's pissed off because they lost the bid to the Olympics. And per Marcus, Camille, Camille Holloway, the mayoral candidate, he claims that she would have never let that happen, because Duda as most people believe, is really not like a people, people's mayor. And I can probably say that about my own mayor, especially after what happened when we had that week long power outage. I mean, me personally, we was about 48 hours without power, but there were some people who was all the way up to like a week with no power. But anyway, I discussed that before. But as far as Duda, a lot of people don't really care for him. They don't think that he cares enough about his community, and we can see that, from time to time. We can see that. But Marcus, he's really upset about that. And while they were up there, getting into it and everything, Jake, his girl Emma, uh, was supposed to be going out later that night to the dance, right? Trig, he surprised Jake. He loaned him his truck for the night to go to the dance, which Jake was really excited about. He ended up stopping by to pick up his boys, Kevin and Papa, from Emma's restaurant, after Papa got off of work. And it was good seeing all three of them back together. Like, I was wondering when the storyline was going to come back around, because they've been like beefing for a minute over Gemma, Kevin and Jake. And so it was good to see all three of them, hanging back together. They kicking it and, Trig's truck up there smoking a little weed, until Papa had enough of that high. Papa can't handle that much weed in his system. But yeah, it was good to see them hanging out. And then while Jake was cleaning out his truck back over at Gemma's house, her dad Marcus was getting in her butt about her ACT scores, which she actually couldn't care less about. That girl ain't thinking about no ACT, no SAT, or college for that matter. The only thing she's thinking about is Jake. So that, of course, upsets her father because, he wanted her to go to an Ivy League school, but she's no longer interested in attending an Ivy League school. So, he got upset about that. But for now, he let it go because later on that night, it was, of course, she and Jake were supposed to be going out for the school dance. And when she and Jake were just about to head out to the dance, Doodle stopped by to see them off and to take pics. Now, Trig, remembering what Duda had said earlier about wanting to be more of a father figure to Jake, he quickly told Duda, they already took pics. They running late. They gotta go. So Trig will just have to send Duda a few pics, in text or inbox or something on Facebook. He'll have to see it on social media or something. Because Trig was like, you ain't about to take no pics of, nope. That is not your son. You are not the father, okay? But you can tell that Duda, he was in his feelings. He was really looking like his feelings was hurt. And Duda, he ain't the kind of person who you want to hurt or try to hurt. But anywho, he did get a chance to give Gemma a corsage though, which was really nice. That was really nice of him because neither Jake, Trig, Marcus, or even Gemma had thought to, pick up a corsage. And I'm like, ain't nobody picked up no corsage. Like, I got two sons, and that's the first thing I make sure they do. Like, once they find out what color dress, what style of dress, or gown that their date is going to wear, you got to go out and get a corsage to match it. And you better get it early because them things, they sell out fast. You be going to store to store to store to store trying to find, like, the perfect corsage. So he did get a chance to give Jim a corsage. But then after sending Gemma and Jake off to the dance, Duda got into it with Gemma's father again. And this is where it all goes south. It went south quickly. Marcus, he was still heated from their earlier conversation and demanded that Duda keep Jake away from his daughter Gemma. But Duda was like, excuse me, sir. You want me to keep Jake away from your daughter? When your daughter is the one that's sleeping around with everybody. Okay? And I was like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. He just told that man his daughter's a whore. Your daughter's a whore. But yes, he did. He told like your daughter the one out here sleeping around, giving her goodies to everybody. But I mean, she didn't really waste no time going from sleeping with Kevin to messing around with his best friend, Jake. And of course, Jake, he's young. He probably was thinking like that old school song goes, the one by Snoop, Corrupt, Nate, and Warren G. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. That's probably what he was thinking. He young, it's bros before hoes, But anyway, really, I really hope that Gemma's father didn't die after Duda beat him down with his walking cane. Duda, he showed him basically, I might be walking with this cane. I might be a little bit crippled, but I ain't handicapped. He must have took that cane and beat the shit out of him after Gemma's father stole on him after he made that comment about his daughter. But being what we know about Duda, like, what exactly gave Marcus the balls to believe that he could make all those threats to Duda and not have to face any consequences for it? Like, he not only mentioned, or should I say, threatened to have Duda's wife Rosalind expose his affair with Tracy. He also was going to reveal how Duda had taken money from government funds to support that community protection group, and also how Duda is still tied to some of the street gangs, and then also how he was the one who killed Laverne's son, Brandon. Brandon, the one they killed off the show because some allegation that he was doing some inappropriate thing with his female cast members, allegedly, but he ain't there no more since last season. But anyway, I just don't know which direction the show is going to now because Jake and Gemma, after realizing they had left Jake's weed at the house, they took off back to her crib because, they was fearing that her father might find Jake's stash. But Jade most definitely wasn't expecting to see her father laying on the ground bleeding or laying on the floor bleeding to death. And while Trig was trying to assist Marcus, Duda was over there sitting off to the side just as clean and spit shine, his cane and everything, trying to get the blood off. And since Duda told Trig not to call the ambulance, I'm not sure if Marcus is going to make it or not. I'm not too sure. I don't know if he ended up allowing him to call the ambulance or maybe dropped his body off somewhere so somebody else could call the ambulance. I don't know. And I sure wouldn't want to be in Jake's position because he couldn't even look at Gemma, after seeing her father down there and seeing his big bro standing over him and then seeing Duda sitting to the side. Like, it's just a normal day in the neighborhood. He probably didn't know if his girlfriend's father was killed by his bro or by, Duda, or both, for that matter. So anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. The last thing I wanted to talk about was Kevin, and that girl, Lene. Okay, Kevin went home after hanging out, with Jake and Papa. He went home, jumped on the video games. He was playing like virtual games with his new friend Lene. And then she ended up over his house after her brother's girlfriend went out for the evening. And we saw how, after getting bored with whipping Kevin's butt on the video game, the two of them then dropped in on the spring fling dance, knowing good and well that since Kevin had just recently been expelled, he didn't have any business showing up there. But as far as Lene, it seems that if she's kind of maybe dealing with some of the same issues that Keisha is dealing with, not like the kidnapping and all that, but just with trust. She lives with her brother and her brother's girlfriend. Her brother isn't often too much around. She doesn't really have it good with the I don't want to say what would you call it, sister-in-law? Well, they're dating. I don't think they're married. So I'm gonna just say her brother's girlfriend. But they don't always get along too well. And then she has some trust issues. So just like Keisha's holding up a wall, towards her coworker who is trying to date her, Lene also mentioned to Kevin how she's not used to guys being nice to her. That's like the same thing Keisha is going through. Her coworker has been so extremely nice to her, just like a gentleman and everything. And, they both have a problem trusting guys and are not used to guys being nice to them. But Lene did trust Kevin enough to end up staying the night. She stayed the night. He actually gave up his bed to her, but I thought that was kind of cute. how she got up out the bed and jumped down on the floor to lay next to him while he was on the floor. But then I was like, yeah, that's cute. But what's up with all these young kids in this show having girls and boys spend the night over their house all the time, like whenever they want to? We didn't have that growing up. Hell, my sons didn't have that growing up. There was no way in hell that they was gonna have some girls spend the night over there. I don't care. Y'all gonna sleep on the floor? You expect me to believe that she gonna stay in the bed and you gonna stay on the floor and all? No, nope. And don't let me even find out to this day. And they grown. Don't let me find out that something went on that I didn't know about when they was younger. I'm gonna still get in those skins. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode, the different characters, the different storylines, your thoughts, your opinions. If you're enjoying this season and whatnot, please feel free to let me know. And if you come in later after the show is over, please like and share the video, subscribe to the Hood Table, and leave your comments in the comments section. And on that note, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all time, and always, always, always keep it hood. Bye.